Guys, Zenoah Zach Morris over here, he's a little bit happy. He knows what he's doing, and this engine is fully restorable. Oh, gotta take it easy. Oh, it just slid right in. Look at that. I'm gonna slide it in again. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, I got the drill in my hand, right? Time to get it in there, baby.
Are you ready? They think you can tell us what to do. Think you can tell us what to wear. You think that you're better? Better get ready. To the masters. Break it down.
What's up, guys? This is a genuine, original HPI Baja. I've done a couple videos on this already. Make sure you check out the playlist. Very interesting. I only paid $100 for this, and of course, when you get such a good deal on an original fit-scale gas RC, you're bound to run into many problems. In the last video, my goal was to start it. It did start, and then of course it died. And it ran out of fuel. That was basically everything I poured inside there. So we got no flow from the carb. The motor, it's a kicking, baby. May be held together by one exhaust port screw here, but you cannot keep the nitro gang and the gas gang down. Originally, my plan was to put in this G290 motor, brand new, straight from Zenoah into this thing. But you know what? After that first start of this G270 in this thing already, I kind of felt like restoring it. Of course, I ran into another problem. The exhaust port bolt was stripped. That is why I am sitting here with a drill. I'm going to attempt to try to fix the stripped threads in this thing. Let me show you the main problem right here. This right thread on this exhaust port is fully stripped. Yeah, I can basically stick it all the way in like that. You guys see that? You're not supposed to be able to pull a screw in and out like that. You see that? This is not good. It's pretty much nothing I can do. Look at that. The screw's all the way in. I could just push it in with my fingers. Therefore, I'm going to put on my cool guy Zenoah hat. Right, it has to be tilted this way to be really cool. These are the parts I got from my previous video on this Baja. Let's take a look. This is the head kit I was referring to earlier. I just want to show you guys exactly what you get. You can get all of this from DDM Racing. Got ourselves a new metal impregnated gasket. It's kind of the wording they use, metal impregnated, baby, you know? That's how they want you to call it. A couple other parts you need for the piston assembly. This is the head itself. Very nicely ported head. I can take a look inside there and I can see the exhaust port is super well ported. Now I could do a whole video on, you know, the technology they use to make this head here, or cylinder, however you want to call it, head or cylinder, kind of the same thing. They use Nickel coating, extremely smooth and hard plating. So the situation with these gas engines is, it's not like a nitro where you have, you know, a sleeve inside of the cylinder. This whole piece here is made out of aluminum. Aluminum is a fairly soft material. Now inside here, you need a special coating. They use Nickel to create a really hard surface for the piston to slide in and out of. Next part that comes in this kit, it's a complete kit here. You have a brand new, oh man, let's get it out of here. Opening up tiny little boxes. You have a brand new NGK CMR7H spark plug. That is perfect. That in itself will cost you like, you know, $8 from the store. This should be our piston. This is just a regular 34mm piston. It'll work on basically any of these Zenoah motors that are not a 320. So guys, see this? Check this out. This is how it would literally slide. You know, look at that. Perfect. I don't want to do this too much, you know, degrade some of this beautiful Nickel coating. But yeah, basically once you attach all the wrist pins, all that stuff, this is how it will work. You know, you get the point. You know, piston goes up and down in the cylinder. What do you want me to tell you? Okay, now this little box is their special low friction, higher RPM coated piston. It really is no different than the stock piston here in my left hand. But yeah, I really like the ZENOAH logo. Knowing that it's going up and down there in your cylinder kind of makes me feel a little bit happy. I don't know. Just gotta slap a piston ring here on top, assemble all of these accessories, and you will be good. They are exactly the same. I measured them. You know, if you put them up like this, they're both 34 millimeters. So they will fit anywhere. In fact, let me prove it to you. I'm gonna put this bad boy inside the head right here. Oh, gotta take it easy. Oh, it just slid right in. Look at that. I'm gonna slide it in again. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's open up the last box. This is also a problem on my Baja. This is a brand new carburetor. A genuine Walbro WT1107. This is the carb that comes on the Losi 5T. And the difference here between 990 is this has a slightly larger venturi here. So it's a little bit more air that it's gonna let in. Hopefully, you know, the lower displacement motor there should be fine. And this does have a choke, but you do need the little choke lever. I really almost never use the choke, so I personally don't really care about it. You can just replace this head because the one I have has a stripped exhaust port hole here. Now, I'm just gonna try to drill out the old threads. Then I'm gonna use my Rovin screw set here that I've had for quite some time. Basically, these are all the screws that come in an HPI Baja or a Rovin or a King Motors, doesn't matter. But guys, get yourself a screw set. This thing has saved me countless times. If that does not work, I will just replace the head here, right? If that doesn't work, or if I just don't feel like doing it, I'll just stick this motor in. What I'm saying here is, we have so many possibilities that I'm probably gonna have to rotate this hat even a little bit more. You know what? Yeah. I've already prepped the Baja for the work here. Just removed a couple parts, right? These things are fairly easy to work on. Check this out. Look at that suspension. Crazy shock absorption, right? I'm just kidding. I have just a glove here in the exhaust port. You know, when I'm gonna be drilling this, I don't want any dirt going inside. You could use a napkin, whatever, just don't get any of your shavings into the exhaust port. Although it's kind of angled, really no way you can get it in there. My goal is just to make the hole there a little bit bigger. And if it doesn't work, guys, you just won't see this segment. I'm just kidding. You're gonna see everything, whether it works or it doesn't work. This motor is eventually gonna be running. I'm fairly confident I should just be able to drill the threads out and then, you know, screw in a larger bolt. I'll put some kind of lubricant on the bolt and thread it in there. We're not gonna tap or die. We're not gonna cut any new threads. We're just gonna put the bolt in there. The cheapest, you know, the easiest, the most down and dirty way to do it. The question is, will it work? I got the drill in my hand, right? Time to get it in there, baby. Guys, I am Zenoah Zach Morris. Not the one from the show Saved by the Bell. I'm the much cooler one. I am T-maxx Tony's cousin, if you can't tell, based on the cool hair I have. This one right here actually knows how to repair ZENOAH engines. And I gotta say, major success. This drill right here, this piston I'm wearing as jewelry around my neck, have really helped me out. Let's pull this glove out of the exhaust port. That's right, look at that. Pure success. I'm gonna show you guys a couple pictures here as I'm going through. Let me explain to you what I actually did. So first thing, right, I had to drill out the strip threads. Here's the drill, boom, threads came out, clean. I gotta say, highly surprised by the durability and craftsmanship of this old G270 engine. Man, absolutely gave me no problems. I really thought that maybe making that a hole larger would have, you know, broken the block. There's really not that much space here to work with, but it was fine. I picked myself a bigger screw. You know, I put a little bit of like this automotive lube on there. It's like an anti-seize compound. You're supposed to use it on brakes when you know, remove your tire and then you want to put your wheel back on. Over time, there's rust. As soon as I put the anti-seize compound onto the slightly larger bolt, man, that thing threaded right in, and there's absolutely no play. I had to, you know, get creative with like the bolt size. Yeah, basically I had to go up a size. Guys, Zenoah Zach Morris over here, he's a little bit happy. He knows what he's doing, and this engine is fully restorable. Now I just gotta remove this old carb on here. I have some fuel in here, so you know, I'm probably gonna have to go outside and get rid of it because it's gonna smell up my damn house. I don't want that to happen. You know, before you know it, this will turn into a real 1980s sitcom, but hopefully nothing with like Bill Cosby related type of stuff. It's finally time to put this exhaust on. Everything should be okay. We have Supervisor Revo right here on the job. We're gonna make sure that everything goes down fine. The Revo never sleeps, never misses a 2-speed shift. And it sure as hell not gonna miss this awesome exhaust pipe going on this thing. Since I'm using this larger bolt, I don't have any washers that fit, so really what I'm gonna do is just use a bearing from a Traxxas. I think this is from like an older style t-maxx. Yep, we don't need washers, we just need bearings. Also, this bolt is just a little too long. I'm gonna use this to lower some of the threads coming out from this side. You could use a cutoff wheel to cut it, but I really don't care. I just need this thing to be snug and tight, get this pipe on, and then I can move on with the carb. The reality is, you gotta incorporate your nitros and your gas RCs. You know why? Because this is a whole 2-stroke family, baby. That's right. Don't leave home without your 2-stroke. The pipe is on. Looking good. Let's get a closer look. I had to use this export because originally it just came with it, and I needed a little bit of extra length there to just get this thing situated properly. The repair looks good enough. Of course, I had to cut a couple corners, but listen, if I just had the proper hardware, you know, in terms of the proper bolt size here, I would be okay. But unfortunately, this bolt here on the right is just a little bit too long. I didn't feel like cutting it with a Dremel. I'm finally on the last step to this restoration. I've removed the clogged carb. Chances are the diaphragm here on the bottom, if you just rebuild it, they do sell ZENOAH diaphragm rebuild kits for this, so you can easily just fix it. Maybe that's something I will do in the future, but for now, I'm just going to be putting on this 1107 factory original Walbro Carb. Looking at both of them up close, the 1107 and the 990 are different. You could tell this does have a choke, which you can activate, right? Basically just go like this. I'm just gonna keep mine open. Also, the opening, the venturi on the 1107 is a little bit wider to get a little bit more of that CFM, you know, airflow. It's all about the airflow in these. Otherwise, the mounting is identical. If you look at the back, right, it's basically the same thing all around. They all use similar gaskets. By the way, if you're ever wondering whether you have a genuine ZENOAH carb or a knockoff, always check to see whether you have this stamp of Japan. It'll always say Japan because guess what? ZENOAH is made in Japan, baby. That's why they make the best parts. Just like my Toyota Prius, which I've owned for over a decade and have not had a single fault. Well, ZENOAH carbs, these are the Prius of the RC world, except these are actually fast. Alright guys, I got my Baja outside. I replaced the kill switch with a Killer B. I just trust this system a lot more. I still need to get this air filter on there in the front, no big deal. The 1107 Walbro Carb is on, it is fully primed. Exhaust looks good. Missing the body, but this is just a first start to see if it actually fires up and whether I have any exhaust leaks. Well, here it goes. It's either all or nothing. Hopefully it's a lot of all. Whoa, I felt that. It was a little mini brap. Crazy compression. Oh, wow. It's about to do it. First start, baby. Gotta raise the idle. Perfect. Wow, look at that. 1107 car, baby. Fully restored. That's right, count on your killer bee kill switches. Factory settings on the ZENOAH Carb were ideal. This thing is a runner. Put in a brand new 1107 carb. I fixed up the exhaust. You can't kill a genuine ZENOAH motor. That's why, you know, I wanted to work on this Baja. That's why I wanted to restore it. It's worth the effort. It's worth the time. And this thing, we're gonna be kicking some serious behind with the electrics on the track soon, because when I show up with this Baja, they're all gonna know what it's up. Nitro.
So fine, but her breath is like ooh. She says she wanna dance, but she don't know how to. Ooh. I'm iced out, ooh, looking like a star.